Well, as I mentioned before the game, Crystal Palace fans protesting about VAR, killing the passion, killing the atmosphere, killing the game, end VAR now. That wasn't the only thing they used to protest. Oh no, T-shirts were made up as well. They were given out at the start of the game. It's not football anymore. The irony, I suppose, that it was VAR that sent off Aubameyang, and of course, in the end, the game finishes 1-1. Elsewhere today, Manchester United and Chelsea both recording comfortable victories. United beating Norwich by 4-0. Meanwhile, Chelsea dismissing Burnley 3-0. Out of those two games, boys, which one should we talk about?
How about Chelsea? You know, struggling at home recently. And if there's one thing that Frank Lampard will be thinking after this game is, please, can we play Burnley at home every week?
Yeah.
Because up until the penalty, it was beginning to creep in. They didn't really look, Chelsea, as though they were going to figure a way out of breaking through Burnley. But Burnley, right on time, kind of the way they've been going this season. The rock that they were built on, that defence, just disappeared.
And I think from United's perspective on the other side, you know, we've been highly critical of them, their management, the ownership. And they did have the bottom team in the league today in Norwich, who, as you mentioned at some point during the show, look as if they're doomed. The positives for United, and something for fans to hang on to, are, you know, Wan-Bissaka, still a bit raw, but he's got a future. Young Williams on the other side. Rashford getting his head down and doing the business for them. And young Greenwood, who's had some game time and has shown that he has a potential future, longer term on the big stage, for whoever the new manager eventually will be, because there will be at some point. And I think that's something for United fans to hang on to. The fact that they have got some of these kids that are quite exciting, and amongst a squad that I think is universally known is not good enough.
Just a word on Rashford, obviously 2 goals today, his 200th game. When does it come to a point where maybe his head will start to get turned? Obviously a big Manchester United fan, grew up supporting them.
I don't think so.
Ingrained in the club.
I don't think his head will turn.
No?
Listen, if he can do what he's doing right now, playing with the team that he's playing with, clearly he's got his head down. Clearly his head is in the right place.
But isn't there a part of you that thinks, you know, I could go and play Champions League football somewhere, I could win trophies somewhere?
Well, I think what you're seeing from him on the field right now tells you that at this time it's not happening, and I would be surprised if it did happen.
I was listening to Solskjaer on the radio actually on the way in today after the game, and he said he was, and the tone of his answer about Rashford would be he's not concerned.
Right.
And I think, you know, listening to him talking about him, I think there are way more concerns at the club. I think he's a young lad, unlike, say, the Lingards of this world and one or two others, who the head's not turned quite so easy. And when he does have a great game and scores some great goals, and we've seen him do it for England recently as well, is that he isn't carried away. And Solskjaer was saying, in fairness to him, all he wants to do is move on to the next game and do it again and do it better. So he seems to be quite a grounded young man with a hell of a lot of talent, I dare say.
More Premier League action, of course, tomorrow. Aston Villa taking on the defending champions Manchester City, and we'll be discussing that on the next show. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.